record. And we signed up, and then we were able to go on last night and start watching some of like the seminars she did from last year at the Smart Success Seminar. And we watched the first one, and it made me realize that she talks a lot about like our neuroscience, our brain, and how in control we can be of our brain if we just realized it. And so we live in such like I got this book and I definitely recommend it. It's called The Organized Mind, Thinking Straight in the Age of Information Overload. And that's exactly what we live in. Like we are, what was it? It was since 1986. I have a statistic, hold on. Since 1986, it's 6 times the amount of data that's thrown at us daily. So that's like equivalent to reading 7 newspaper cover to cover daily. And I don't know about you guys, but when I sit down to do work, for instance, I'll go on my Facebook and I will start responding to people via messaging. And then all of a sudden I see like this dress pop up. Like I was just looking on this dress from Lulu's and I thought it was really cute. And then when I go on my Facebook page, there's an advertisement for this dress and I can't focus. I'm so fixated on that dress now. Do I buy it? Do I not get it? What do I want? And I'm not getting any work done. An hour will go by and I'm thinking like, what did I just get done? I'm just scatterbrained. And that's when I think about, and Shalene talks a lot about that. And that's why I really want Jason to touch on this topic, because I know I can just ramble a lot. And I think he's really good at explaining this to me, because he has definitely helped explain it to me today as we were working on this call for y'all. So Jason, if you want to just take over.
All right. Thank you for the introduction, Kelsey. As you know, I'm Jason. I am a 10-star diamond, 5-time elite pitcher for the Minnesota Twins. But as Kelsey said, we're going to be talking kind of along the lines of multitasking. So we decided a good idea to start the call off will be we're all going to turn our phones on airplane mode, improve it. So there's no cheating here. And then
prove it.
So that is step one. Because what we found and like what we've seen in the seminars is multitasking is not physically possible. Our brains don't have the capacity to do it. There's no human way to, like, through neuroscience and all that stuff, our brains can't handle it. It's called sequential tasking, where our brain is taking bits and pieces, like going back and forth between the two stimuli, trying to take as much as it can, but it really can't take anything then. So like my favorite example of this is when I'm forcing Kelsey to watch my favorite show, New Girl. And I look over and I see her texting and just disrespecting the show. And I'm like, she's not even paying attention, but I'm like, she's like, no, I'm watching too. And I'm like, all right. And then 5 minutes go by and she looks up and she's like, wait, what's going on? I'm like, I mean, come on, like just watch the show. It's not that hard to follow. But what's going on is her brain can't multitask, just like our brains can't multitask. And then another way to demonstrate this is if you try to draw a 6 with your finger. I think a lot of people have probably seen this, and do a clockwise circle with your foot. You can't do it. It's not. Hey, Zach. It's not possible. So that just goes to prove your brain can only handle one thought at a time. So what I'm trying to get at through this multitasking talk is
distractions.
I like the beard though. Is I'm trying to get you all to work smarter, not harder. I'm trying to do it to Kelsey for my sanity as much as hers. But because I used to walk in the room and she'd have her Facebook up, she'd have her phone out, she'd have some like podcast playing, she'd have the TV on, and she's like, I'm working. I'm like, all right. So I'd leave for like 2 hours and I'd come back, and all that happened in the 2 hours was she got like more frustrated and like, I got so much work to do. And I'm like, you're either lying to my face about like how much you have to do, because no one has that much work to do, or you're just like not doing anything. And it turns out now she was trying to work, but because she was trying to do everything at once, she was really doing nothing all at once. And I mean, for instance, like, what are you guys thinking about right now? Most of you probably aren't really fully thinking about multitasking. Like, you're probably thinking about what you're having for breakfast tomorrow. Like, oh, when's this thing going to end? Like, so I can get off, watch my shows, whatever. And it's no fault to anybody. It's just kind of how our brains work. We live in a instant world where we want information fed to us nonstop. It's hard for us to really be self-aware, which is a key factor that Shalene really talked about, like being able to look and be like, hey, like, I am distracted and I'm going to do something about it. You have to really understand yourself before you can be efficient with your work.
Yeah, I'm going to add to that. So, for instance, like I'll be doing work. I'll commit to my set business hours, okay? And I'll start working. And then I think I slowly feel my thoughts drifting off to like, oh, well, I have to do this later tonight. Oh, I have to call that person. Oh, I have to send that out. And then because of being so self-aware, which is a process that I continually to work on daily, but because of you having that self-awareness, you're able to feel those thoughts coming on and you can step back and get back in the zone. And that is so important. That's something I've learned. And I know if Jason has seen it in myself, is just trying to really be cautious about where your thoughts are going so you can dedicate that time, because we're all busy. We have kids. Look at Ashley, like, God bless, like, kids, hello. We have full-time jobs. We're all over the place. And it's so important to, when we set our set business hours, when we set 30 minutes to an hour a day or whatever it may be to get work done, we need to get work done in that time period. Okay.
Yeah. No, that's exactly it. So, I mean, like, and there's scientific reasons. Like, every decision you make takes glucose out of your brain, and there's tons of science behind it. But, like, whether it's a life-changing decision, like where to go to college, or it's a simple decision like what outfit to wear, which I guess isn't always a simple decision for you guys. But, like, they take the same amount of glucose, and they exhaust your brain the same amount. So, and when you run out of glucose, you get into that fog that I know you've all been in, I've been in, where you're brain dead. Like, you can't think anymore. There's no way you could work. And multitasking just gets rid of that glucose so much faster because your brain's working so much harder. But when you do, you're still going to get into that fog, whether you multitask or whether you're working efficiently. So there's so much studies out there about what to do when you get in that fog and refresh your brain. A key is basically getting away from technology. So no TV, no phone, no internet, like nothing. Just get away, shut it all off. If you're a walker, you can go on a walk. There's tons of science behind naps, which I love. I love my naps. And now I can't let Kelsey tell me not to take them, because there's science proof that like a 15-minute nap is the equivalent of getting an extra hour and a half of sleep the night before, which, as I like Kelsey and I know a lot of you don't get enough sleep at night because you all work so hard. So take a nap if you can nap, meditate, pray, go out and walk, get in nature. That all has great benefits, and it's not time wasted, because when you get back to work, you're going to be working that much harder. And ultimately, the goal of all this is to get your brain to where it can work in central executive mode, is what it's called. That's what.
Write that down, guys, and just central executive mode.
Central executive mode. That's what I guess the neuroscientists call it. But it's basically where your brain. You've all been there. Like, if you played sports, you've been there where, like, you don't hear the crowd. You're just so locked in on what you're doing. If you studied for something that's really important to you, like a big test, and you're so devoted to it, you don't hear like your friend saying like, hey, Jason, and they have to say like Jason like the third time. You're like, oh, what? Like, because you're so locked in. So when you're in that mode, if you were to work in that mode for 2.7 hours, that would be the equivalent of 9. You would get the same amount done as 9 hours of normal work. So like work like what we're doing right now, like with people around talking, that's 9 hours of work. I'm not saying work 2.7 hours of intense on Beachbody day. That would probably be too much, especially considering a lot of you are in school, have children, are in college, whatever. But 45, if you do 45 minutes, I did very rough math. But if you did 45 minutes in that mode, that's 3 hours of work, and that's more than enough. If you devote that much to Beachbody a day, I know you all have 45 minutes to spare at some point in your day. If you just did that, then you'd see huge growth, and you work hard for 45 minutes, and then you can enjoy the rest of your night, or you can go about the rest of your day, and you'll be fine. Like I know that is doable, and I've seen it with Kelsey when she is more efficient. We have more time to enjoy our days. Like days where she's like, oh, I got so much to do. If she takes a step back and does it just efficiently, it's done, and she's done quicker than the day she doesn't have that much to do.
And this is just not even for coaching, but just to like have a well-balanced lifestyle in general, because I know some of y'all, your plan is to hopefully make Beachbody work. Like, and when you'll find though, when you make that work, like I had to learn is by working at home, you don't stop working then. It's like versus you go to an office and then you're only there from 9 to 5 and then you leave and then that's it. Right. So then you really have to practice on having being efficient with your time and focus on not multitasking and being self-aware of being efficient in that time. And I learned to put my phone in airplane mode when I do my work. I learned to just those, like I said, going back to those thoughts, and a lot Shalene was talking about that.
Yeah. And I don't know if you are stat people or whatever, but another study was that the people like hard workers in the business world, like the 9 to 5 people, if they work an extra 20 hours a week, they found that they're only getting 7 hours worth of work done in those 20 hours. So they're wasting 13 hours away from their family just for those 7 hours. Is that really worth it? Whereas if they were to just work devoted at 9 to 5, they'd have tons of time. They'd probably be leaving early some days. So that was really interesting to me. But I mean, like, that's what the main takeaway is, like, multitasking. It's not possible. Like, despite what you may think, like, we've all been there, like, I know most people can't do it, but I can do it. Like, no, it's not physically possible. So when you're working, take your phone, put it in airplane mode, do your emails, check it off, exit out, do your Facebook messages, exit out. And then even like to text people, you obviously have to, because I know that's a huge part of Beachbody is communications. Don't let cats distract you. And then, but you could even like leave it in airplane mode, go through, respond, like type it out, turn it on, press send, like on the list, and then you'll be good to go, and you're done with work, and then you can do whatever you want for the rest of the day, whether it be, I don't know what that would be. So multitasking, don't do it. Don't try. You're going to just waste your time. And when you do get exhausted of work, take your breaks. It's going to benefit you. I mean, I know you don't all have tons of time for breaks, but just 15 minutes, take your break and then come back to it, or do your work. And then if you have to study for school, take a 30-minute break between. Your brain will thank you.
And what we mean by breaks is like, don't go on Facebook, don't watch TV. Mm-hmm. Like really what Shalene was basically saying when you're in breaks, like daydream, like you either meditate, pray, thinking without distractions. And it is impossible to do if you're waiting for a text message. It's impossible to do if you're being distracted, because then your brain is still making a decision. And the purpose of a break is for your to think without distractions. And so that's important, to utilize your time, your breaks as well. Because I know when I think of a break, I'll watch Bachelor in Paradise, I'll catch up on my shows, but that involves thinking, and that you're not really giving your brain that break it needs to work efficiently. Yes.
They say literally daydream. I mean, it's ideal to get out and walk and be in nature, but just stare out the window. That is fine. Like, that is the break that your brain needs. And that's, I mean, you'll find that even like if you're working on a hard project and you can't find this one answer, you can't figure it out, and then you're like, all right, I'm leaving. You walk off, go to the grocery store or whatever, and you're just like walking around and you're like, oh, like that's how I do it, or that's what needs to happen. And then it just comes to you, because that's where your brain, I don't know this complete science behind it, but it just does it. It problem solves in those times. So don't multitask, take your breaks, and be self-aware of your thoughts, and know that like, okay, my thoughts are wandering. Either I'm exhausted, I need to take a break, or let's just lock it in here and try to work towards that central executive mode where you will be locked in, you're working efficiently, and you can all do 45 minutes a day. I mean, central executive mode is easier said than done, I know. But when you can get the more you practice it.
It requires training your brain. Like, you're literally training yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, your brain's a muscle. So you train it just like you do your workout videos. Like, the more you do it, the more easier it becomes. And then, and I mean, it really makes complete sense. And just, I mean, all I can say is just do it. You all can do it. Obviously, you have the intelligence and the capacity to do it. It's just a matter of making that extra effort, which is really in the end going to be a lot less effort for you for better results.
Exactly. And so that's why, like, a lot of you girls are in school, you have a full-time job, you're trying to manage everything. And that is when, like, also what Shalene advises, think about a time in the day where you feel like you're most creative. Now, I granted there's some limitations there, because if you have a full-time job and your hour of the day is like 12 o'clock, you're at work, but that helped me. I find that I am most creative at night. I just find that I am super creative at night, that I like to work better at night. Now, granted, is it the healthiest thing, because I'm getting to sleep really late and sleeping in somewhat late, but that's when I find that I feel most creative in my business and I can get the work done the most. So figure out what time that works best for you, whether it be the morning, mid-afternoon, right when you get home from your full-time job or something, or after working out, and then commit to that time, and then just get your work done. And Raven, I want her to talk about this obviously next week, but it goes back to like, Raven, what were you saying? Can you just go over quickly about that, making that list?
Yeah, so I took a conference at my last job. It was called Getting Things Done, and it was really life-changing for me. It kind of goes over, like, a lot of times when you have stuff that you need to do, you'll constantly be thinking about it, and it teaches you to kind of write it down. So that way your brain's not constantly going back to it. You know that you wrote it down, so you know you don't have to keep thinking about it. You know what I mean? Once you get it on paper, it's there for you. You'll have a list. So the whole basis is like, you would start out and you do a brain sweep. And you take 30 minutes, like you guys said, you turn off the phones, all of your technology, you take 30 minutes, and you literally, anything that's on your brain, you get it on paper. And then from there, there's a chart, and I'll show you guys next week. But from there, you kind of break it down. And if you can do it in 1 minute or less, then you do it. So if you have an email and you can answer it within 1 minute less, get it done. If it's going to take you longer than that, then you have to, like, prioritize what's important. From there, you know, you make a list of what you can do in a certain amount of time. But if it, like, takes a while, like a project, then I'll even give you steps on how you break your projects down, so that once you think about a project step by step, it doesn't become so overwhelming anymore, because you broke it down, you put it on paper. You're not constantly thinking about it. So there's a whole chart, there's a whole plan. There's even a book that they came out with, a Getting Things Done book. And I'll kind of go over everything next week, but I'm hoping it'll help everybody.
Yeah, I really, really love that, because y'all, you can be working, like, feel like you're putting everything, like you're doing everything, but you have to think, are you really working efficiently and effectively? And it took me I was prideful. I took this step back and was like, I'm not working effectively, because Jason was telling me I'm not, and I didn't want to agree with him. I just wanted him to be wrong and me to be right. But it really did take me to step back and be like, yeah, I need to work smarter, not necessarily harder. And it's a process. I'm still struggling with it. Like, last night I was up until 4 a.m. I don't know why. Just, I can't step away. And then that you have to learn how to do that. And it's a work in progress. But if you're conscious of it, you'll get a lot better at it. And you can be effective in your businesses, even with a full-time job or a full-time student. I want to open up. I'm going to post the video of the leadership ladder, because I just feel like I want all this to soak in your minds. But do you guys have any questions for, like, Raven, or Jason, or anything that you feel like you need to work on, that you may need help with? For those girls that got on a little late, Sarah, no problem about the time zone.
I was so confused.
But anything, ladies?
The only thing that I would say is, obviously I love Shalene like you do. But one of my big things was, I started doing her like confidence club, which is like another, it's like kind of like her Smart Success. The Smart Success hasn't like officially opened yet. So with the confidence club, you can do like all year round. And, for me, I've been successful in work and this and that, but I've never really been like really, really confident. So I was like, whatever. I listened to like one of her free webinars that she had posted on her website, and like it was like really motivational. So I was like, you know what, like let's do it. It's worth like $150 or whatever it is that it costs to join. And like I've been doing it now for like 2 days, and it's like I feel like I'm already more confident, and I haven't even done anything. I didn't even leave my bedroom today because I didn't have to work, and I just took this into like, okay, we're gonna literally eat in bed, we're gonna sleep in bed, do work in bed, and not leave. But like I literally already feel confident, and I feel like it's like it gave me like even a boost of like confidence into like what I think I can do. And like one of the things that like she said, I forget exactly how she had worded it, but was like confidence is the strength, and not everyone's born with it. But with your strength, if you work hard towards it, you can build up more strength. So the more you work towards your confidence, the more confidence you'll have. And I really liked that because I was like, it's true. Like a lot of time, like I was kind of just like flying by like the seat of my pants and like, oh, well, like some days I feel better than others. And like some days I feel like people are judging me or this and that. And I feel like her confidence thing really made a big difference. And I feel like it's going to help in the long run because I'll feel better about myself, and I'll feel better about what I'm helping coach other people and like how they're to feel well also. So that's another good one that like I think that you were doing too.
Yeah, and that's a great point about strength, like confidence is a strength. And I'm just gonna give a glimpse into my real life here, my non-real. Okay, well this morning I woke up in the worst mood ever. Jason can tell you. We're over it now, right? I woke up in the worst mood ever, and I just don't know why. And I was just bitter.
I sent you a good morning text.
You did? I didn't get it.
Like,
see, maybe that's, you did, yeah. But I woke up on the wrong side of the bed, and I was just bitter, and then Jason called me after the field, and I just felt bitter, and he was like, what's your toot about? And I said, I have no toot. And so basically he was like, happiness is a choice, Kelsey. Like, but I was throwing myself a pity party. I just liked being in the Kelsey pity party. Everyone feels sorry for me. And that goes back to like what Allie was talking about. This is why I'm so fascinated with the brain, because we have to make a conscious effort, and after we got off the phone, I was like, yeah, you're right. No, happiness is a choice. This is so stupid. Why am I angry for no reason? And after Jason kept saying that, like, make the choice. Like, this is not that big of a deal. And it's helped me. But I've gone a lot better. But you still fall into those little things here and there, but you just are more aware of it. And usually those days would turn into like 24-hour days, and this was just an hour pity party, not a 24-hour pity party. So there's definitely has been change there, but I just want to let you guys know it does take strength, and it's a process to get better at. Do you want to add anything, Jason, to that?
It was a good pity party.
I'm just being real with y'all. I'm sure you guys have your pity parties. Do you guys? Come on. I'm not the only one.
I had a pity party with you on webcam 2 nights ago. I sat and had a pity party for 2 hours.
Exactly. Like, we all like our pity parties. It's just snapping out of it right away, not 24 hours, okay? Pity parties are not meant to last long. Okay. Anything else? Thank you so much for sharing that, Allie. That brought up a really good point. But anything else, you guys? Everyone good? Everyone doing their personal development? We can tell who's doing their personal development. I can totally tell who's doing their personal development. Sarah, did you get your book?
No.
That's okay. I'm glad you're on it.
I want to read The Slight Edge. I have that, so might as well read it.
Yeah, read that one. That's a really good one.
Yeah.
Michelle's reading Slight Edge. You were reading it at least, yeah.
I'm still reading it.
Yeah, it's really good. I like it a lot.
What?
The Slight Edge.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But anything else? You all good?
Should we take the picture?
I know. Oh, yeah. Ash, do you want to add anything?
I think you guys did a great job.
Hey, Ashley.
Hey guys, how are you?
Good.
As we have this conversation about multitasking, I'm multitasking. Like, kids, bed, eat, feed, ads, laundry. I'm sorry.
You have to multitask sometimes, though. It's just
I know.
more
I said I just told Zach, I was like, I can't wait till they're mom of 3 and they have to multitask.
no, calm down.
No, y'all are right. Y'all hit it right on the head. Like, especially when you're like focusing on work. Like, man, I do the same thing. That's why we always say, do not scroll the news feed until you have time. Like, do your work first and focus on that. I mean, we all struggle with it, but
It's
when it comes to it's like remind yourself, okay, wait, I gotta get back. Just get that, those core things done every day. I mean, that is literally the difference. I don't know if you guys read that thing that Jen Richardson posted that I posted in our group about, like what she just simply did every day. She made sure she did this simple thing every day, added 10 people to her Instagram, and then kept doing that every single day, and then went back for a week or two on those same people and just commented on their pictures or whatever. She does it every single day, guys, and she gets 10 coaches a month just by simply making sure she befriends these people and follows up with them.
Yeah, adding people to your network is like a huge game changer for me. Like when I started adding people to my network, I was like, holy crap, people started messaging me that I didn't even know. And I was like, they are watching me.
Right. No, that's huge. I mean, I noticed it for myself. Like, it's the simplest step is to just go to the friend section in Facebook and just add people, because they're going to add you guys. They are. And sometimes they're like, how do I know you? And I'm like, but I don't care, like, oh, I thought you were so-and-so. And then like we stay friends anyway, right? So, but, like, it's the simplest step, but it's so easy to skip. So that y'all like, and I noticed it lately, like, because I haven't been adding people, and I'm like, man, I don't have as many friends as I thought I had. I better like get on this and, get my butt moving. So
Exactly.
your warm market goes full fast, guys.
I like what you said. It's so easy not to do. It's so what we have to do is so simple, but it's so easy not to do.
It's too simple. It's hard. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
Being your own boss, seriously, for me, it's the hardest thing. Like, I had a talk with my coach Lauren today, and I'm like, Lauren, I need you to be my boss. Like, I need tasks, because it is so hard for me to like be like, okay, I need to do this, and this, like, and be my own boss, because life is happening, and
yeah, you need to constantly motivate yourself, and that's hard.
And this business isn't easy. You have ups and downs constantly. But I can't wait until we're in the shoes of like all those top coaches, and we're like making bank, and all those little things that we worried about, like as we grew our business, don't really matter because we're used to it. It's like, that happened. That happens all the time to me.
Exactly, but you have to think too, like those coaches are where we are now, and that should be motivating. Yeah. That's motivating to me.
And only a few years ago, like, that blows my mind.
So
and that's gonna be us.
It will, if we just stay persistent and patient with the patient Raven, right? Patient with the process.
I just wanted to mention, Lauren Viteretti called in, but she's like on the phone thing, so I just wanted to say hi. I don't know if she's still listening in, but
hi, I'm here.
Hey, Lauren. I wish we can see you to everybody. Okay. Any questions? We good? We Gucci?
Gucci's so white, Kelsey.
I'm so white.
So I wanted to tell you guys something that's kind of like a secret, but I can't keep secrets. So like I said, I was talking to my coach Lauren earlier, and she is doing a diamond retreat for every diamond in her downline. So everybody, like, think the requirements. She hasn't like come all the way up with everything yet, but everybody who is going to go on this retreat, I think they have to be diamond by December 31st. And have to hold it or whatever, and then also is hitting Success Club and stuff like that. The retreat is going to be the end of January, early February-ish.
Guys, this is huge!
Guys, seriously, like, she's going to like rent out this huge place for us, and it just basically you got to get your own butt there, but she's paying for everything, for all the diamonds in her downline. So, and y'all, like, it's so, and like me and Lauren were talking about, it's so huge to be able to do something like that outside of Summit, because Summit is just crazy. Go. And for us to be able to go relax and hang out with each other and just like, strategize and just, be real, like, it's going to be awesome. So all I'd say is everybody can get to diamond by December. Everybody can. Everybody can. Don't ever doubt yourself. Like, I did it in a month, guys. Like, if I could do it in a month knowing nothing and what the heck, like everybody can do it. You just got to literally focus and be like, okay, how am I going to get this next person? How am I going to get this next coach? Where am I going to find this next coach? Who's on my list? Work from your list.
That's going to be a retreat we don't want to miss out on too, y'all. Cause it's going to be intimate.
She's gonna try to get someone, hopefully from corporate or like one of the top coaches to come talk with us there. She's talking about getting like a private chef for a night, going out to dinner. I mean, just fun stuff for all of us. Just really pampering everyone. So make sure you guys are focusing and like let's set goals. Like if you want to get on the call with Kelsey or me or whoever, let's get on a call and set your goal from here until December. So, say you want to be diamond by next month. All right. How are we going to do it? Let's make our steps. Let's get on these calls and get ourselves there. Okay.
Ash, you're coming to Texas for my birthday.
Hey, when is your birthday?
It's November 10th, but come to Dallas.
Is that same weekend as
my birthday weekend?
When's the retreat? Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Platinum Presenters?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I just had to learn about that today tday too. Okay.
It's a lot of
stuff going on in November.
I'm gonna party with Brandy and Lauren for my 22nd.
22nd.
I wanted to touch on though what you were saying, like be courageous. Like, and Shalene was like, courageous means do something even though you feel fear. Like I feel fear every day, y'all. Inviting, I feel fear talking to people. I'm scared about what people are gonna think of me. But be courageous, be bold, and know why you're doing this, and just get after it. And now you guys have like a fun thing to look forward to. Like this diamond retreat is huge. The fact that Lauren's even putting this on for not just her diamonds, but people in her downline is amazing. And we should all want to be a part of that. It's huge.
December 31st is when you get married.
Oh yeah. And I get married.
Yay!
I forget the countdown, but what is it, like 100 and...
Yeah, it's like 111 days or something, right?
Happy Adam. You seem so scared to marry me, Jay.
Face fears every day.
You're a cat.
I know. Oh,
This guy's the worst.
this was awesome. Anything else to add, ladies and gentlemen?
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say, I've been doing this for a while, and I know these last finishing out this September, October, November, December, it gets slow.
Yeah.
So it's just about messaging people, following up with people, and just try to get 3 people. Just try to get to Success Club. I mean, don't try. Get to Success Club 5 every month. Get 3 people every month. That's all you have to do, guys. Seriously, that's it. Everyone can do that.
Demand it.
I am demanding it because I do expect that from everybody. I really do. I mean, if I'm doing it, y'all can do it. I mean, plain and simple. Me, I'm super crazy busy.
Yeah.
But I make sure I get my butt there every month, and y'all need to be doing that too.
This
So
month?
do it. I'm sorry.
Sorry. This month, isn't Carl giving away P90X?
Yes, he's giving away free DVDs.
I want to try that so bad.
Yeah. You just have to get.
What is it? Is it Success Club 5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Simple help 3 people.
He's giving away
One more point.
But yeah, so let's really push for everybody for us the year to get it every single month. Just help 3 people.
Yeah. And
Well,
let's
literally like that, just helping those 3 people and just being in people's ear will really push for as soon as January hits, guys, it explodes. So seriously, what you do now is what's going to take your business to the next level in January. Literally.
And guys, know that we're a team. Be posting in Smash Revolution. Be posting in Soul Beauty Coaches. Let's encourage each other. I don't want to be the only one posting in Soul Beauty. I know Ash doesn't want to be the only one posting in Smash Revolution. We want to see each other, cheering each other on, encouraging one another.
Welcoming. And we got new coaches, guys. Welcome them, please. Just take 3 seconds to say, "Welcome, lady." That's it. And, I felt so great when people welcomed me into TKO, just those simple little things. You're like, oh, what? I'm a part of something. We want these coaches to be feel a part of this.
Exactly.
That's going to help every single one of us.
Yeah, that's a really good point, Ash. Just take the time because you know how you felt when you were welcome and it's getting all got warm and feeling loved. Let's just show other people that as well. Yay. Awesome. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Anything else, ladies? This was an awesome call. I love it. It was good. Thanks, Jace. Love you.
Thanks, Jason.
Love you.
Little scientist.